Hi, and welcome back to another video. Today, I would like to talk about One Punch Man again. Oh boy, when did I become a One Punch Man channel? I've made like 2 videos. I don't know why I'm acting like this is weird. Okay, so last week, I think it was last week, I uploaded a video where I discussed my issues with the Saitama and Garo fight. I think it's going on for too long, and I think they kind of maybe ruined that perfect little ending where Garo starts to learn a lesson, and Saitama is just kind of like, oh yeah, chill. I'm conflicted. I genuinely don't know how I feel after this new chapter. They dropped this the same day that I uploaded my other video, and I was kind of flabbergasted. So, oh boy, where do we begin with this? This is not going to be a review of this chapter. I probably say that. I say that a lot, I bet. I don't know. In any event, we last left off with Garo like parting ways from Saitama for momentarily and showing up in front of the other heroes. He basically knocks them all out with his hockey. Basically, he's just so strong. They start losing their hair. They just all get knocked out other than what's his name? Blast and Bang. And then so the two of them are about to fight Garo, and Geno shows up. He's just a torso. And in the middle of all of this, you have just like, oh, there's a lot of like, oh man. And honestly, I thought that, okay, my number one pet peeve, oh, okay, maybe not my number one. One of my pet peeves about this is Saitama regularly gets like cheated out of his own wins. Other people take credit and blah, 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 blah. And I realize that's the point of the point of the story, right? Is that he is a hero that does stuff, really good stuff, and then doesn't get the credit he deserves. I get that. I understand that. But I was really, really worried. I was really, really worried that this would be another one of those things, and Blast and Bang, and I guess, well, probably not really Genos, because he's just like a torso with no arms. But I was really worried that they would just like somehow defeat him. Blast is supposed to be overpowered and all that jazz. And Garo, he doesn't manhandle Blast, but he just kind of deals with all of that stuff, right? Everything the Blast sends his way, he handles, it's done. And Blast is like, I don't know what the heck we're going to do about this. And meanwhile, Garo's internally thinking, yo, that bald guy, he wasn't doing what he wasn't putting 100% into our fight. I wonder how I can get him to like really come out of his shell and fight me for real. And he decides he's going to kill Genos. Now, I say kill because I don't think Genos is going to die in this. But he definitely impales him and rips out like the equivalent of his heart. And that's when Saitama shows up. And I'm not going to lie, even with all my complaints last week, even with all my complaints about how they're dragging this fight out, and I really liked the ending of the original fight and all of that, I kind of had to shut up for a moment because it was a really, really good scene. Saitama shows up just as Garo has ripped out Genos' heart. And I don't know what the heck did he like... I'm not exactly sure what the heck is going on here. Because it's like, he rips out Genos' heart, but then it starts raining like oil or blood or whatever. And I don't know if I get that, because it's not like there's a whole lot. Genos is on the ground. He's not, it's not like it's like, I don't get it. Either way, it's weird. And Saitama has the most serious, like it's like kind of a mix between his dumb face and his more serious face, but it's the most serious I think we've ever seen him, especially after Garo tosses him the heart. And we have this awesome flashback of Saitama and Genos talking while they're like moving. I forget if this was like an actual scene when they were doing something, or whether this is just flashback to something that we were just like we hadn't seen. In any event, Genos is like, yo, you're a real hero. You show up just in time. It seems like that's your thing. And Saitama replies, I tend to arrive late. I just don't have the hero's instinct. And we see Saitama, the switch has been flipped. Normally when he goes serious, it's like, oh, okay, I gotta get serious for this. Oh, well. But he is understandably very, very mad. And we see a killer move, serious series. I don't know if we've seen a serious move like this. Like, we've seen serious punches or whatever. But, like, a killer move? and we see Serious Punch. His eyes, he's doing that, like, they're doing that thing where it's like when somebody's like really, really, really freaking pissed and their face is blacked out and it's just two white holes where their eyes would be. And clearly Garo is getting what he wants. And Garo goes into his Saitama mode, and it's like, I still don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, but he goes into his Saitama mode, and the two of them clash, and we see Blast basically cowering. This is what I was kind of waiting for. Now, listen, I'm split in two different directions. I really, 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 really liked that ending where both Saitama and Garo just they just sit down and they have like tea or something like that. I think it's a very quiet and peaceful thing and has a lot of meaning to it. But I'm getting sucked in. I'm getting sucked into the how badass all this is. It's so cool. Bang has collapsed on the ground. So even though he knows Saitama's super strong, it doesn't matter. He's on the ground, whatever. And we're finally getting another hero that is seeing Saitama's true strength. Blast knows that Garo is a threat. He knows that he is world ending. He's just a monster, right? Literally. And now he's seeing Saitama show up out of seemingly nowhere because he hasn't really seen what they've been doing. He sees him show up out of nowhere and the two of them just going at it. I'm so unbelievably excited to see where this goes. I think it's so cool that like the drip feed of people that know that Saitama's a hero, we're dripping into the number one hero. He is the guy. So as soon as he sees Saitama and Garo going toe to toe, I don't know. How is the cat not going to be out of the bag at that point? I'm just so torn here. Like, on one hand, I almost wish that they never released that other version of the chapter that I was talking about. Because honestly, like, this is fire. This is fire action. This is, if it was just this and I had not seen anything else, I would absolutely be on board with it. I mean, like, I'm on board with it anyways, but like, there's something about this that just like, it's not just action packed. Like, One Punch Man has a thing where it's just like all of the battles are big and climactic, and like I was reading like Terrible Tornado, Tatsumaki or whatever. She was fighting like the giant witch lady monster, and that's exciting. And her and Genos had some really cool stuff going on with that. But like, this is like peak. The look on Saitama's face when he realizes that Genos is dead, or dead, because again, I think that Genos will still be alive. But when he realized like something bad happened, and we kind of go through phases. First, he's got rounder eyes and he's kind of shocked at what happened. Then he gets tossed the heart. Then his eyes really narrow. And then we get the shot of him coming at Garo with his whited out eyes and him being super, super serious. His serious punches, right? It's just so good. And I'm like so conflicted about this whole thing. Like, I can't. Last chapter, I could still say I wish that they had maybe still ended with the other version, right? I get it. They're extending the battle. I get it. Whatever. Chapter 164 really kind of blew me out of the water. It blew my pants off. I don't know what else to say. I just like, I'm so excited to see what the next chapter is gonna have. I'm excited to see Blast. I hope I'm saying his name right. I think it's Blast, right? Number one hero. I'm so excited to see him witness these two creatures of peak badassery. I don't know. If you watched my last video, you know how I feel about how things are going, but like at the same time, I can't deny it. I wouldn't be making this video if I felt the same as I did last time. I would have just left it at and then moved on with my life. But this is cool. I don't know what else to say. I've said that 3 times. I want to know what other people think. First, do you think Genos is dead? I don't think he is personally. Second of all, where do you see this going? Because if the two of them are as dangerous as Blast is saying, they could potentially just destroy the entire planet. Garo has gotten to the point where he's basically a walking nuclear head, like warhead, and he's just blowing stuff up and like causing mushroom clouds wherever he goes, and causing people to like lose their hair because of the radiation coming off of him. And then Saitama, did Saitama lose his hair because he became so powerful he's basically a walking nuclear warhead? Is that a thing? Is Garo gonna lose his hair? Huh. I didn't think of that. I wonder if we're about to see, like, not the origin, but like, I wonder if we're gonna see a little glimpse of like how Saitama actually got this strong, because it wasn't what he said. He might have done it, but that's not why he's this strong. In any event, I just had to get this out here. I wanted to come back with my new thoughts after this chapter and kind of just like say, I guess I'm more open now to where things are going. Because before I wasn't, and I really wish that it had ended the other way. But this is kind of hype. I just can't. In any event, let me know what you guys thought about this chapter. Do you think Genis is dead? I don't think so. Do you think that Blast will send the two of them to a different dimension so that they can fight? How do you think it'll end? Do you think it'll end in the next chapter? And like, honestly, I always kind of got the feeling that Saitama would just like, once again, smack down Garo, and it would just end that way, with Garo kind of having to reconcile that he's not going to be the strongest. But now the two of them are pretty, I mean, not evenly matched, but they're pretty up there, man. So let me know how you think this battle's going to end. Do you think that Saitama gets some recognition after this? I mean, even if it's on the down low, like he like has a good rapport with Blast and whatever, I have a feeling that after all is said and done, him and Flashy Flash are going to be buddying, or at least Flashy Flash is going to come hang out with him in his apartment with everybody else. I could see Blast doing that too. That would be funny. But let me know what you guys thought about this chapter. It's kind of freaking me out. I don't know how. I don't know what to do with my thoughts that I had last week and then this week. And if you enjoyed anything I did have to say, make sure to leave a like. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want to see more videos like this, and you want to see more about One Punch Man, because I'm sure that I'll have more opinions on One Punch Man later down the line, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell. That way you'll get all the notifications when I upload. I will see you guys in another video, hopefully very, very soon. So long.